What's going on, guys? So, I got another topic that I wanted to talk about that just came into my head recently, and that is homosexuality in bodybuilding. And it's one of those things that everybody kind of knows, but nobody really wants to talk about. And I just wanted to give people my experience through my fitness journey, this thing that I've ran into. And, you know, I just wanted to start off by saying sorry for basically all of my videos just being talking videos, but I'm really struggling on finding a consistent partner that to work out at the gym with that's okay with, filming and all that. It's kind of like I'm not anybody famous. So if we're sitting there filming each other at the gym, we kind of look like a couple douchebags. So every time I suggest, hey, we'll film some stuff, like people think it's, kind of silly, but a little bit of an update with me is I'm still natural. I still feel great. I feel like I look great too. I'm doing a pretty good job holding on and all that. And, my weight's become steady, thank God. And if I can look like this naturally, then I don't know if I'll ever want to go back. But, so let's just get back to the topic that I was, wanting to discuss with you guys today. And, something that I had come to realize was when I was just like mass monster mentality, when I was full cycle and everything, when I had got to about 210 pounds, which was the biggest I've ever been, my girlfriend that I was with at the time had said to me, she's like, please don't get any bigger than you are right now. Like, even right now, it's a little bit too much, and people might roll their eyes or whatever and be like, dude, you weren't that big. And I agree with you, and I felt the same way. I kind of rolled my eyes and I was like, whatever, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But, the truth of the matter is that most women don't like huge, veiny, massive men. Like, that's not attractive to most women. They just like kind of like a guy that plays soccer or, something like that kind of build. And just where you look like you're in shape. They don't need something huge and crazy. But, the truth of the matter is that in bodybuilding, if you're an aspiring bodybuilder, you're going to have to realize that the vast majority of your fan base is going to be either straight guys that are inspired by you or gay guys, and that's just the truth of the matter. And personally, I've gotten to the point to where I accept all forms of positivity. And you just have to learn to get to that point and understand that you can't have a specific type of person that you are willing to accept compliments from. Like at the gym, when I go there and I'm all pumped up and everything and I'm done with my workout and I take my shirt off, oftentimes I'll have, guys shoot glances at me or whatever, and, guys be like, you look really good. And at the beginning I was like, whoa, easy, but I've come to realize like that's just the way it is. Ultimate confidence is not being bothered by just simply the fact that people find you attractive regardless of what sex they are, but basically, like I said, with the bigger that you get, I mean, it's more of a gay guy thing. And just straight guys that are like, damn, he's huge, I want to get like that. Very rarely are women like, oh my god, he's such a freak, he looks so good. So if working out is something that you're doing for attention from women, I wouldn't sit there and be like this mass monster guy. That's really not what they want. And, back on to aspiring bodybuilders, like you've got to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, if you're somebody, are you really homophobic? Does it bother you? Because if it does, then, it's not for you. I mean, I don't want to bring up any really famous bodybuilders or anything, but look at somebody like Kai Green, who a lot of people think that he probably might be a little gay with the whole grapefruit incident and all that, and him doing all the stripping and all that. And there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes with the pros and the sponsored athletes that, when you're taking your photo shoots and all that, it's catering to a male audience. No, very rarely do women look at somebody on the cover of a magazine for Muscle and Fitness or something and see this veined out, roided out freak and go, that's hot. It's more of like a spectacle of how ridiculous can you look. So if it's a dream of yours to be a successful bodybuilder, Instagram guy or whatever, understand that the vast majority of your fan base is not going to be women that think you're a god or something. And, that's just the reality of it, man, is, I get more attention from men than women. And I'm completely serious. I'll be at work. I've had guys, I work at a restaurant, I'll be serving them food, and the guy's like, I just wanted to tell you, you have really nice arms. And at the beginning, I was just like, what the fuck? And, but now I've just gotten to the point to where any sort of recognition for my hard work can be changed into something positive. It doesn't have to be only from women is something, that attention that makes me feel good about myself. I've come to accept all forms of positivity, like I said before. So that was just something I wanted to get into really quick, and I'll promise I'll have some new videos coming later. But until I find a reliable partner, I just have another talk video for you guys. So if you stay posted, I promise I'll have something interesting coming soon. Thank you.